Hello, and welcome back to another Strong Collector's Quick Review. Today, we are going to be looking at the Toy Biz Man-Thing. We thought this would be a timely episode because the Werewolf by Night show just came out on Disney+, and the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure is starting to creep up in the aftermarket, so we thought we would look at the older Toy Biz one as a possible budget option, and by the end of the episode today, hopefully we've come to a decision on if it's a possibility. This figure came out in 2004. It was part of the Toy Biz Series 8. In that wave, you had two versions of Black Widow. You had a Captain America, Doc Ock, Iceman, the modern Iron Man, Storm with both long and mohawk, and I don't think Man-Thing was a chase figure. He was just a normal part of the wave, right?
I think so.
Which is pretty odd because that's a pretty out there character, I would think, to choose as, like, I mean, you've got Doc Ock, Captain America, Iron Man in this wave, like even Black Widow and Storm. Those are pretty popular characters.
Just
and then
Man-Thing.
So pretty interesting to choose him in there. Now you've had this Man-Thing, and I've seen him when I visited you.
Yeah.
Isn't he on like a similar body, like some similar parts as the Sasquatch, or am I wrong?
I wish. He's much smaller than that.
Okay. All right. You give us the rundown since you've had him for a period of time.
I mean, he's taller, but he's kind of like weirdly slender, which isn't really how I picture Man-Thing. You know, I mean, I think the Build-A-Figure is closer in scale. But I mean, even some depictions would have him more like the Swamp Thing mega figure,
Right.
like
Yeah.
pretty, substantial. So you wouldn't. I don't know. I remember always seeing the Man-Thing as a kid, and I wanted it so bad. But it's like I think I only saw it online. Like I never saw it in stores.
Yep.
But I always was like, man, that'd be cool. So it's kind of like cool to get it, but I don't know.
A little disappointing.
I think if I'd gotten it as a kid, it'd be like, oh, I love that toy. But
Yeah.
I think even now, yeah, I was like, man, I wish, like you were just saying, it would have been cooler on the Sasquatch body. Was that wave before this one?
No, Sasquatch was part of a Build-A-Figure wave. He was
that's
the
right.
Apocalypse, so he was later
So
on.
maybe they perfected maybe Man-Thing was like they experimented with him, and then maybe they were like, how big can we make these figures actually? So
Yeah.
I mean, the sculpt is pretty impressive for being from 2004. It's got a lot of detail on it. Definitely not like a reusable sculpt, like.
No, yeah, it's very unique.
So, yeah, it's impressive that they made that so early in the line to me, or even put it in that wave. But I mean, I think it's cool they did. I think it's kind of you could have it as sort of a nostalgic oddity of like, this was unique.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
it looks. Yeah.
I'm trying to see in the box here. It looks like he comes with a base that looks like it was kind of inspired by the Series 1 Toad. Because it's kind of that, like, looks like a stream going through some, like, mossy rocks and stuff. But it definitely is much smaller. And then, like with most Toy Biz ones, this came with a comic book. I think it was a team up with, looks like Spider-Man, possibly. But then this one also came with one of the Marvel Legends trading cards. So, you're getting a decent bang for your buck. Although this one is pretty expensive right now on the secondary market. So according to Action Figure 411, this guy is going for about $52. So not insane, especially for like a sealed Toy Biz figure. However, if you wanted to get this guy loose without the base or the card or the comic, I mean, what do you think he's going for? Like maybe $20?
I was gonna say 20, 25.
Yeah. So
if you're on the high end 30, but
right.
I think it'd be hard to find somebody to buy almost any Toy Biz single figure for that much.
Yeah, I think so too. And I can't remember yours. Did he have pretty good joints, or was he one that was also
He was.
subject to...
Mine was missing a thumb.
Oh, because was all of his fingers articulated?
Yes.
So that's kind of one of those goofy Toy Biz things where they articulated all their fingers. So, yeah, I've had some Hulks where they were missing fingers, Colossus missing a finger. So, yeah,
I gave this Man Thing to my nephew, if that tells you how much I wanted it. So,
didn't even want to sell it.
I just figured I could get nothing from it, and my nephew, he was reading Man Thing comic books and loves them. So I was like, you know what? I'd like to encourage healthy admiration for the Man Thing. So.
For sure. Okay, so I just pulled it up on some eBay solds to see kind of what he's going for. Looks like he's going more for around a pretty consistent 25 to 30. If he's got the base, doesn't really bump him up too much, maybe only like 35 to 40. But yeah, some of these more recent sealed sold listings are higher. So you got a 65, a 75, an 80, another 50, a 55. So yeah, it looks like he's going pretty decent. I mean, there was a group of him with the monster pack sold for, it was an or best offer at $215, so a little bit less than that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, even that, like this budget Man Thing doesn't even seem like he's
a budget Man
Thing. Super budget. I mean, he is cheaper, obviously, than the Build-A-Figure, which is going for, I don't know, maybe up to 80.
Yeah.
So, it's cheaper, but I don't know. What do you think, Jordan? Like, we're here to know whether this is worth picking up instead and saving a few bucks, or should you just spend the money and get yourself the Build-A-Figure?
I'm going to say...
Go ahead.
Oh, what are you...
I was going to look up the price of the Man Thing right now.
Okay. I was going to say neither, because I think Marvel will reissue a Man Thing at some point. It might just be a deluxe. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Hot take here. I would be shocked if they reissued a Man Thing.
Why not?
Because this is one show that he's in? You think they're going to put out another Man Thing? I think he's going to
show up more.
Oh, is he? I haven't seen the new show yet, so...
Sorry. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Nice. All right. Well, oh, geez. Oh, goodness.
What?
This guy's going nuts on the eBay right now.
What's he at?
All right, so I'm seeing some older listings for him where he's selling for about 70 plus shipping is pretty average. There's a few 80s in there. But you scroll up to some of the most recent ones, and he sold for 130 plus shipping.
Oh, man, I shouldn't have sold that.
He sold for 120 plus shipping. Wow. So yeah, there's not a ton of those. Those are all pretty recent. Well, although like once you get back to October 7th, then it starts going up from there. So this crazy one on October 10th, which is yesterday, was an or best offer. So it sold for probably less than 100, but probably close to it. But on October 9th, there was the 130 plus shipping. So
I had one.
If you got that Man Thing,
should have held on to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the way with a lot of figures is
kind of a fluke.
It's hard to know. Yeah. So, all right, now that you know that, I don't know if you really need a Man Thing. Like, all right, Jordan, I need a Man Thing in my collection right now. Do I spend $100? I'm going to say I can find one for 100 shipped, the Build-A-Figure complete, or I can find a Toy Biz for 40 shipped. Which one do I buy?
I go Toy Biz.
Toy Biz, okay. Nice.
Just because I really don't think that Man Thing is a $100 figure. There's very few figures for me that I would say is a $100 figure, to be honest.
It's good to know. Yeah, I think for anybody, I would say give it some time. Like it's probably
I would say maybe there won't be a like really soon reissue, maybe in the distant future, but I would just wait a couple months on the Man Thing.
Yeah, even if there's not a reissue,
it'll go down.
Yeah, I think right now if you have a Man Thing, maybe consider selling it within the next couple weeks. If you don't have one, do not buy it within the next couple weeks because it's going to be at its peak. Give it 2 months, I bet we're going to see it go back down under 100. Give it 6 months, it'll probably be back down closer to normal. Unless, like Jordan said, it's this
Yeah,
man
I
thing
think
maybe
I
coming to
sold
the
mine
MCU.
for like 50, 60. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting. All right. Good to know. I don't know what our rating here is. It's maybe weight, maybe by the built figure. I don't. This one's kind of confusing, but at least now the listeners are more informed on what they should be doing, what to look out for. Yeah, man thing.
Man thing.
He's a confusing one.
Yeah, you gotta watch Werewolf, man. We'll talk about it.
All right. Well, there you go. Until next time, stay strong.